Hey everyone, we're back. Fabian for Liberty, fabianforliberty.com. According to a new UN study, world faces aging population time bomb. Extremely troubling article that has significant ramifications not only for the elderly, but for the economy, for our society, and everything else. I'm your internet anchorman, Fabian for Liberty. Let's dig into this right now. All right, everybody, so this new study that was been put together by the UN, it talks about, quote, the world needs to take urgent action to cope with the impact of a rapidly aging population, according to a new report which forecasts that the number of people older than 60 could surpass 1 billion within a decade. The report goes on to say that the aging population is a real threat to the economies, pension systems, and all these other empty promises that have been made. I could talk for an hour about this alone. From hairy, dense demographic studies of how this coming depression, much of it is fueled by the fact you have an aging population in a consumer-driven society where 71% plus of this economy here in America is consumer spending. And you have a large baby boom generation that is retiring at the rate of $10,000 a day saying, where are my benefits? Where's my Social Security? And many of those people paid into the system. Again, over $7 trillion have been paid into Social Security. The money's gone. The people that stole it are still supposedly representing we the people. They should be in jail, but they're not. With that said, I have so many things that I could say about this article, starting with death panels. Now, in the Obama healthcare legislation, there's no mention of death panels. The reason being is that the death panel mention is actually in the stimulus bill that passed first. And it's called some big, jumbled, long government name, the Government Office of, I forget what it is. It's clearly a death panel. And to see someone from the Obama administration, Stephen Rantner, came out in a New York Times op-ed piece saying, quote, and I don't know how much more obvious it gets in this, is that, quote, we need death panels. And the whole idea is based on this complete live system that was created by none other than Mayor Rahm Emanuel's brother, Ike or Zeke Emanuel, who is a doctor, a physician, that came out with this complete live system. And basically what it is that from the time you're born to 15, they ration care to you. You don't get that much care because you're not at a peak production of your life. Peak production is more of 16, 17 to 40, 45. That's where you get the better health care. But from 45 to the end, good luck, Grandpa, on getting that, knee replacement surgery. We're just going to need to save that money for somebody else. So instead of it being a free market approach, it is literally a physical hand of the market, a physical hand that is determining who gets the kidney replacement, who gets the liver replacement, who gets a hip replacement. It is government dictating. Now, this has worked out so well in the UK that you have elderly patients literally drinking water out of like plants, okay? Out of the vases where they have flowers, they're drinking the water out of there because the nursing is so dreadful. If you don't believe that, just Google UK patients drink water from plants, and you'll get all the articles that come up. This is, again, the scripting that we are witnessing here. We're entering times that are so unbelievable that in 1933, many Germans didn't believe that a complete megalomaniac in Adolf Hitler would seize power, completely destroy Germany, destroy the whole entire city of Berlin, destroy the country, kill millions of Jews, Catholics, Christians, mentally handicapped, gypsies, you name it, homosexuals, all of them, millions upon millions of them. The people never realized it. One of the first things, though, that they started with, though, was the really old people and the mentally retarded people. They were, this was supposedly compassionate to kill somebody who had, who had some kind of mental problem like Down syndrome. And to see where we have people that are tied to this Obama administration, and it's not just the Obama administration, this is a whole group of just eugenicists that are all a part of setting up these death panels and part of writing this healthcare bill. And they're saying that now it's not just aborting babies at the 3rd trimester that are literally babies. It is allowing for babies to be killed up until 1 or 2 years old. A parent should have the right to do that. These people are sick and twisted and evil. Evil is the only word that describes this. When I see this report from the UN and I read the op-ed piece by Stephen Rantner about how we need death panels, and I see how they're using the austerity measures and they're literally having this planned, orchestrated economic collapse that we're witnessing. And it will get a point where the $200 trillion plus liabilities in America, over $100 trillion of it being Medicaid and Social Security, they're basically going to say, you know, we don't have the money. We don't have the money to take care of grandpa anymore. And they will use this, pit the youth against the elderly. I see the handwriting on the wall. This is a major study by the United Nations. It went on to say that it warned that the growing numbers of elderly presented significant challenges to welfare, pension, and healthcare systems in both developing and developed nations. To welfare. Like the lady with the Obama phone. You think they're going to tell that lady, hey, we're going to cut your welfare and we're going to take your Obama phone because a 75-year-old or an 85-year-old World War II vet needs a knee replacement? How do you think the lady with the Obama phone is going to handle that? The elites have coordinated this really perfectly. This is a long time in planning. If you just take a look at Social Security. When Social Security was created, the average life expectancy for men and women, I'm going to use an average age, was about 62 years old. No one really lived past 62, or a very small population. So most people didn't get SSI. Why was it called SSI? It was called Social Security Insurance. In case you reached that age and you're retired and you needed that insurance, it would be there to help you, and it should be there. I agree with that. But it's been totally, not only have they stolen the money, they set up the system to fail from the beginning. They didn't tie it to the growing life expectancy or the age of someone's going to live. Today, the average person lives to be in their early 80s. So we have 20 years plus where they need to get the payments and the healthcare benefits. It is unsustainable by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, it is so unsustainable, the system is going to completely blow up. Anybody who tries to do anything about just pointing this out, just like they were pointing out that there was a housing collapse in 2008, is labeled a fearmonger and they want to take away grandma's benefits. But they don't, those same people are the same people that are writing death panels in the stimulus bill, that are now openly on record saying not only death panels, but we need to kill a 1 or 2 year old baby if the parents want to. The only thing that you can call this is demonic. It is demonic. This is evil. People say there's not good and evil. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the face of evil. And it is an evil that has been seen throughout history for thousands of years. One of the examples that we can refer to, the easiest, is Adolf Hitler, but we can look at Pol Pot, we can look at Mao. Combined, these people killed tens of millions, hundreds of millions, if you throw in Lenin as well. And that's where this ends unless we do something about it. This report from the UN went on to say that calling the aging demographic a, quote, megatrend that is transforming economies and societies around the world. The report estimated that 1 in 9 people of the world's population of 7 million are over 60. The size of the elderly population is expected to swell by 200 million within 10 years, past the 1 billion mark, and soar to 2 billion by 2050. Who's going to pay for all that health care? Especially all that free health care that has been promised. Because the people riding in the streets in Spain and in Greece, most of them are 40, 35, 30 and younger, that are pissed that they've been screwed by the people in government that have completely destroyed their economy. This is a setup. I talk about setups all the time because there's various setups taking place, and this is one of the biggest ones, pitting the old against the young. And government is doing this on purpose. The criminal cabal of Central bankers and elites like the Rothschild Rockefeller families have known this for decades. Get this information out to everyone you know. I'm Fabian for Liberty. Check out FabianForLiberty.com. Subscribe if you enjoy my videos. Thank you for watching. I'm out.